Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Bang.
Clap.
Radiant team pick. Pack.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Game number 2 now here, Complexity versus SG Esports. And, of course, Complexity up 1-0 after a pretty decisive game number 1 victory right there. I'm Bricky CPK, joined by Lacoste. Complexity, with that win right there, that gives them, I want to say, 4 points currently, at the very least. Obviously, another win here to go 2-0. Then they'll get 6 points total, but the point is, with 4 points, they can start to feel a little more comfortable at the very least moving on. But still looking for some wins and trying to do so against SG Sports here in game number 2. But as we were seeing at the end there, that was one of those games where Complexity is a great team, but SG Sports is also a good team themselves. And so I expect them to, again, have a much better performance in game 2.
Well, SG feels like they are the weakest team at the moment of this tournament. Gotta be a little realistic, even though I love the South American Dota. I don't think they're on a pair, at least what SG is showing yesterday and today. They have a different approach towards the picks in this game number 2. We'll see how that's gonna work. Probably not gonna work because they have a Bane.
You were mentioning yesterday, so you really do not like Bane, huh?
No.
And that's been for a while. That's not like just this patch. It's like
I've said it. It's not even a hate anymore. It's just
you just accept it. It's just,
I
it's just there.
Faith,
whatever.
There.
I'm kind of like that with techies personally. Just kind of that, it's you just have to accept it. But I mean, Bane has proven to be in some hands a decent hero this patch, no doubt. Of course, obviously got plenty of changes, most noticeably the talent tree. Things did get swapped around, so all of a sudden, the idea of him running mid wasn't as strong of potential, but you'd expect to see him as a support option. And again, they paired up with the Nurse Shaker for now. But also, whenever I see a Bane, I do also keep in mind the idea of a Mirana, right, or a Potom, as you suggest there. So
yeah, it's a classic ADR hero. I don't know if they will go for it. Maybe they should just go with the picks they're comfortable with.
Well, the bans to follow, and now into the 3rd pick. You see that final ban Arc Warden, by the way, or I guess the 5th ban by Complexity. And I know Costaval played that yesterday, and that's one of those. It's one of those almost like cheesy heroes, I guess is the word you could use for it, where it's you never want to lose to an Arc Warden. It can happen just like a Meepo strat, it can definitely happen, and it can win games most certainly. Very annoying to play against, and if you're going up against a team with a player that's comfortable playing it, getting that ban there makes sense.
Yeah,
so.
they're one of the few teams that run Arc Warden. Silencer, that's a good pick. I love playing Silencer. I love seeing Silencer. Because it feels like you always have to break the record, like have 24 intelligence stolen at 5-minute mark.
Yeah. I am learning more about you. The more I cast with you, Lacoste. I like this. All right, so big fan of Silencer here. coL does play a fair amount of Silencers. If I had to guess, I would believe that's going to be your support Silencer.
Yeah, it's a coL's hero. There is Moo. Do you want to bet if he's going to go for Helm of the Dominator?
Oh, he's going Helm of the Dominator, 100%.
All right.
Well, okay, hold on, because Vengeful could also go Helm of the Dominator here, to be fair.
Nah.
You think it's going to be Beastmaster?
It's not Helm of the Dominator, definitely. It's the core Venge.
Okay. All right, this is Complexity we're talking about, man. I'm gonna say, because you're so adamant it's not, I'm gonna say it is.
All right.
Vengeful Spirit's gonna get a Helm of the Dominator this game. We'll see who's right.
Well,
there's the Mirana.
All right.
Marana with the Bane synergy again, and even Earthshaker to an extent, obviously. That's kind of just a nice... Those trio of heroes right there, they just work off of each other so well. I mean, as much as you don't like Bane, you got to admit that. Nightmare is a great setup tool for an arrow, right? Like, that's... Lacoste say the words, Nightmare is a great setup tool for an arrow.
It is. Okay. Period.
Period. All right. You said that differently, but I'll accept that.
They need a save hero on the side of SG. There it is. Didn't work well in the previous game. Just wanted to say, Tidehunter is the first hero that comes to my mind when you play against the Silencer, because you want to disrupt the fight somehow. You want to have that Guardian Greaves at one point, just to remove the global, cancel the fight.
Kind of sticking comfortable once again. It seems like both sides are most certainly doing that to an extent. Again, we're talking about complexity here. Beastmaster, Silencer, and also the puck. Something tells me that's going to be a Kyle puck here, or not a Z-Freak puck, just like they did yesterday once again. Because, I mean, first picking your mid hero first off. Now, granted, puck's one of those where because he can be ran in off lane support, even the mid, of course, we usually see him. It's okay, I guess. But do you think complexity is going to go mid puck here?
Yeah, he can dodge the Bane's sleep just for the animation cast, can silence him. I think it's decent against bottom. Can't really be ganked by Earthshaker as well.
The other
go ahead. This seems like a good Lotus Orb game. Remove the global, swap, nothing happens. Remove the silence from the puck. Beastmaster ulti. I don't know if they can find a hero that fits that. What do they need? It's mid bottom ADR. They need a safe lane hero. I mean, safe lane heroes really don't go for Lotus Orbs at one point, but they need they have enough damage burst. I think they just need the...
Well, Timbersaw that comes to mind then, if you want a safe lane hero that potentially could go Lotus Orb right there. So I don't know if they're much of a Timbersaw player, if that would be the best option here necessarily, but yeah, so they're thinking about their final ban. Going back to complexity real quickly, again, the reason why I'm leaning more towards a support puck too is because Vengeful Spirit's usually a one-position core that you want another core to really benefit from her, right? Like the Wave of Terror amp damage, the aura itself, and puck can do that, but of course puck is more about the magic, more about the ganking himself, so... I mean, we'll see what this final pick is, and then look at that a little bit more, perhaps, but...
Maybe a CK for SG? I don't know if they play it. So
CK's banned. I was thinking that too, but yeah, complexity final bandit. So clearly they were as well, man. They're gunning down the wire here. All right. No life stealer. Is this a good life stealer game? I mean, he could still be stopped even with rage up by a couple of things. Like swap still works.
They don't have any vehicles for life stealer.
Marana
with a triple leap. Huh?
There you go. Woo.
Nah, but the Earthshaker, his Blink Dagger might be between 12 and 26 minutes, let's say.
That's quite the gap there, yeah.
Quite a big range. So, no vehicle for Nyx, and against the Beastmaster and the swap plus a puck, this really isn't a lifestealer game.
Yeah. That's what I was getting at, and especially with that final pick to come still, because if you're complexity now, I think you were even more looking to get that physical presence here, right? Like, as far as the mid option, again, I know I mentioned the last game, a limp TA here. Dare I say a limp Shadow Fiend? And I'm just almost saying that because limp does play Shadow Fiend in the past, and also, I think it would be a fun hero to see, but you know what? That was going to be my next guess. It actually wasn't. Slark, the final pick. Wait, what? So, what are they doing?
Puck mid.
Is it vengeful support that we were overlooking that? I guess. Okay.
It might be puck or venge support. Depends what they want to go for. No, it's pass. Huh.
Yeah, what are they doing here?
Well, we know
Kyle
is silencer.
we got. I mean, Moo's gonna play Beastmaster, right? Like they're not doing something. Like maybe Z-Freak Beastmaster. Is that could be a thing? I guess.
It's a mid puck. What? It's a mid puck.
No.
Nope.
So it's a limp playing the vengeful. Okay. So they're doing a mid-venge against this Marana here. So it does end up being the Z-Freak puck, again, as we saw yesterday. Interesting.
They might swap still.
You're not sold on this still. So, I mean, what is this matchup like here? Vengeful versus Marana.
Vengeful.
Mid in general, yeah. Her attack range is so weak, right? Like, Zeus has the same problem, but Zeus spams Arc Lightning, so he doesn't care nearly as much. Ventral's, what, he's not going to spam a magic missile for last hit, so.
Weird though.
Just because.
Can't wait to see what's gonna happen. I'm gonna talk a little bit about Slark.
Okay.
Mirana has a triple leap, pretty impossible to kill, but once he uses the pounce, she's really vulnerable to that. Slark really good against the Tide Hunter later on. Not in the laning stage though.
Okay.
Then he can get pretty much rid of everything, so this seems like a really cool Slark game. He just needs to have a good time.
So the lane could be his weak point, but outside the lane, he gets something going then.
So
take off.
What's happening on this?
Definitely benefits from Vengeful as well, but
it's a mid Beastmaster, or is it? Judging from the tangos shared, he has a Stout Shield and Quelling Blade. So it's gonna be Vengeful Spirit as like a dual lane top with the puck, I suppose.
The classic Vengeful puck lane, of course. Complexity, man. These guys are not afraid to be different. No, that's obviously Vengeful is a hero that definitely can benefit from a dual lane, even a tri lane. We most certainly have seen many times before. So I guess this is where that does kind of make sense. But again, so Beastmaster mid ultimately, it's like
we're expecting that. Everyone else who's watching the stream probably expected the same.
Exactly. Now here comes Twitch chat suggested. Oh yeah, I knew that was going from the beginning. How did stupid casters? All right, so Mirana's just going to block from the beginning. So is Beastmaster. And Z-Freak, he's going to go back for his own bounty rune here. So, actually, yeah, position 4 puck is going to end up picking up the bounty rune. That's not often you see that, too. coL got the bottom one, so supports end up getting the bounty runes. Huh. Interesting. They want to get the little more of that support money early on.
coL needs to... He actually bought everything, so I guess that's the reason why. Orb of Venom purchased on the puck for the extra harassment damage. Earthshaker has 0 regen. What up?
Poor guy. He's got boots though. He's got boots up here at the top lane. But yeah, against a puck and a Vengeful Spirit. I mean, if you're SG Sports, would they really have guessed this coming? So now they're going to do a lot of damage to Z-Freak there, but ultimately he'll be fine. So yeah, so Tidehunter's not matched up against the Slark though. It's instead Slark Silencer against a Bane Lifestealer here at the bottom lane. So the lanes are just all over the place, man. Really.
I'm trying to think of last time I saw Beastmaster mid. 648B, Light of Heaven, Beastmaster mid.
Okay. It was back when you were grinding some Dota.
Yeah, I was playing Beastmaster mid back then.
Puck, he's fine again. I mean, Puck's taking a lot of damage at the top lane.
Plus, you had to be blue. If you wanted to play a Beastmaster, you had to choose the blue color. Because it looked the best.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's when the colors reflected on the skins right there, yeah. Classic Dota. So Z-Freak on the puck. Again, he's taking some good damage from the Earthshaker, but as you mentioned, the Orb of Venom, he's just slowly whittling down Tidehunter at the top lane. How's the bottom lane been going, though? Slark...
Slark minus 30 damage from Enfeeble.
Oh, yeah.
Can't really last hit. Look at the damage on that creep. 4-shot him.
Took a while. Yeah, no, that's got to be annoying. I mean, he's level 2, but he's not leveling up anything yet. You know, waiting for the right time, whether it gets pounced or dark-backed. So, obviously, you can get rid of it, but doesn't even have the ability yet. Finding it's not necessary. But understandable that he's having a tough time with last hits.
Theolicor is going to go down for the first blood. One more hit. There it is.
Got it. Okay.
I got your back, buddy.
Got it. Nice. Thank you. Puck. So he finds it, but he's going to end up done himself. Oh, he's trying to do some jukes right here. Get killed by Roshan, but that's not going to work. So Mirana runs him down with a haste rune and heads right back to the middle lane. So again, Puck gets first blood. Ends up dying to the mid hero, but gets overall not too bad. Again, you have to really keep in mind that it's a support Puck ultimately. So fine change there. Beastmaster, by the way, he is doing very good in the middle lane. I mean, he's 15-2 against a 14-1 Mirana.
Oh, Beastmaster has a really great attack animation with the Quelling Blade. You can just pretty much out-CS her. He just needs to be careful right now. I don't know if he's bringing any regen. There is a flask and a ring. So he's good to go.
Yeah.
No points in Inner Beast so far.
So I was going to say, I mean, again, the setup that Bane brings for Mirana.
Yeah.
Instead of camping at the bottom lane, though, spamming that Enfeeble on Slark, I guess you could argue. So he's ultimately getting more value out of that, though. Would you like to see the rotations from Bane coming mid, or is he fine at the bottom?
I guess the reason why they put the Beastmaster on mid, maybe they were trying to put the Puck on mid. He's kind of is good and bad at the same time against the Bane. If he gets the sleep on him, his Puck is gonna die. Can't phase shift, but he can dodge it easily. Okay, there's gonna be first intelligence stolen, or not, on the bottom lane.
Yeah, he missed the pounce.
So, with the Call of the Wild, with the Boar, he can unsleep himself, so he's not vulnerable to Bane ganks.
True. Oh, maybe that intelligence is being stolen after all. coL running after him. Martino almost kind of getting a last laugh of sorts. He gets the bounty rune from him, but is this actually going to be enough? I mean, Curse comes out, one more auto attack. Smart. Yeah, he's got it. All right, so +2, baby.
That feels good.
+2. So yeah, ultimately gets the kill, but again, Bane doing a good job of actually picking up both bounty runes right there before he does die. So really not the worst trade for him. He also gets full mana, full life, and he's back up. As he's going to make his way back to the bottom lane. But it continues to go very well here at the bottom. Life Dealer 22-6, Slark 11-0. So yeah, Chessie really can't get anything going right now. And now he's dealing with a leveled up Life Stealer and has a level advantage over him currently in the lane. So it's a bit of a concern if you're Complexity. Maybe that's where Moo's going to come in, who, by the way, has a headdress. So you might win you won this round, Lacoste.
Not yet.
Almost.
Not yet.
Oh, Beastmaster. He's fine. Earthshaker coming in, but TP in. Who's that going to be? That's going to be coL, actually. Throws out the curse. Deep dive from 40 out right here. The Illusory Orb going to be dodged. Meanwhile, but yep, down goes Mirana. Ultimately right there. So nice turn by Complexity. Very deep dive from Mirana. Trying to make that kill happen.
One of the coolest features when you're playing Silencer right now is that you get a free TP. So if they dive, especially for the off lane, you can just easily TP. If they overextend, cast the first spell, get some easy int-up.
Puck, man, talk about harassment. Has Orb of Venom, Blightstone, and Boots of Speed. It's all about running at you and auto-attacking.
It feels like when Phantom Assassin was popular as a roaming hero. Yeah. Until they nerfed it, nerfed the range.
Rip. It's over here, Bounty Rune Steal, Z-Freak. Going to be stolen by Earthshaker, actually. So nice job by him, and Mirana going to bottle up the regen rune, also going to cut off Puck. On the side here, he's perhaps trying to line up an arrow. He's being pinged out. They definitely saw him running up here. So he's not being the most sneaky, unfortunately. Slark has rotated to the top lane, but now he's matched up against a over-level Tidehunter.
Yeah, he's not going to get too much farm. I mean, wherever he goes, his damage gets sacked by Anchor Smash or Enfeeble.
Yeah, he's. I mean, you did suggest that, to be fair, where it's like overall this could potentially be a great Slark game. It's just the laning phase is what's going to be really difficult to get through, and we're seeing that. Chessie is most certainly feeling it. Really just seems like nowhere for him to go. So we're relying on teammates early on and kind of getting that right here. Mirana in trouble. The Moonlight Shadow actually comes out at the last second.
And
the nice stun.
The regen.
And the regen that he had bottled up, so it's like it never even happened in the first place. I thought that was a kill when I first saw it happening, but nope, I'm sure Complexity did too. Nice Earthshaker, yeah, nice stump from the Earthshaker there. To prevent that too. So manages to survive. What kind of game is this for Mirana, you think, as far as the item build goes? Because there have been some Miranas lately. I have seen the Ags making a little bit of comeback, but is this more of the Yasha, the Manta, more of the physical, you think?
Maybe just a Dragonlance into Manta style would be fine, just to get rid of the Curse of the Silent, Global Silence in general, Puck Silence as well. Manta style is the priority, I guess.
Tidehunter. Oh, he's going to pop the Ravage. Does have a TP coming in. Gets a turn kill on a Slark, and now Puck's in trouble as well. They end up getting the kill on Tidehunter, but it comes at a cost for Mirana. Able to finish the job there, and now Silencer on the run. Arrow's going to come up in 10 more seconds, but a Starstorm level 4 ready to be activated. coL throws up the last word. Activates the Starstorm right there. Slark going to be TPing in, and coL will ultimately survive. Raindrop to thank for that, as well as everything else he has. So at least the Silencer survives, but ultimately a pretty good turn for SG Sports there. The top lane, you like to see your Mirana rotating. Obviously a good hero for that, and going to finish your power treads.
A Beastmaster roared something.
Oh. There you go for down here, yeah. Lifestealer's fine.
An action on 2 sides of the map.
Oh, maybe it's the Earthshaker? I mean, he's coming back here a little bit less life, so... But, yeah, that is a little interesting. And, well, speaking of Beastmaster, no roar to help save him right here. He's minimal mana, going to be run down with the open wounds. The Enchant Totem's out of range. Costabile, who wants this kill, though.
He's going to get it. Has a phase boots. Big is out of the range.
There you go. One more auto attack, and yes, he gets it. Yeah, the boar was not a range right there to help him slow him down, so...
Gotta block
nice
that
dive.
boar. Huh.
Prevent it at all costs. Speaking of all costs right here, they're blocking Tidehunter. Last word supplied. Magic Missile already used, but it is Tidehunter. With the infused rain drop, wand charges.
4 seconds, he's gonna have it.
2, 1, swap into Magic Missile. Got it. Is that even a kill though? I mean, Moonlight Shadows? Oh my god.
They don't have any vision.
They do not. He actually gets away, pops the shrine, and he's good to go.
He survived because on level 8 he does not have Anchor Smash level 4. He has Kraken Shell level 3 instead.
Yeah. Middle lane. Nightmare into Arrow. Pretty good setup.
First one.
First one. Got it. On the support puck. So in almost 10 minutes into the game, this is a much better game for SG Esports so far. I mean, to be fair, they do have successful landing phase parts as well, but again, this isn't that Drow lineup, that complexity real last game either. This isn't a lineup that's going to be great at coming back, it feels like. They're struggling early on. I think Beastmaster is kind of the big key, right? Where he hasn't been able to make too much happen. And usually your Beastmaster, you know, you get 7 or 8 and you start pushing objectives / getting kills like they're going to try right here. As the Dark Pact is active. Does he have Prime Aurora? He does, but he's not using it. TPs are coming in. That would be exactly why. Tidehunter's a little bit too tanky. He's going to use it on the Earthshaker on the back line.
Ravage
going
is ready.
back in. Ravage is ready. He's not going to use it. He uses it late, actually, as Earthshaker goes down. So still might be some turn kills, but Lim comes in with a Magic Missile. And the Posa, one more auto attack from Death. The Wave of Terror amp damage, helping to finish off that kill. But now 40R, he wants revenge, damn it. Will he get it maybe onto the Vengeful Spirit? Oh, he needs to be careful himself, actually. Magic Missile is going to be used. Jesse goes in the swamp.
Nice
Jesse,
swamp.
the Dark Pact missed. Oh, Jesse was not ready for that. The idea was there, but ultimately the execution was not, and 40R will survive because of that. Oh, that was something. Yeah, so I guess he was also doing that to save himself, to be fair, but unfortunately, it wasn't close enough.
Yeah, Silencer has a ulti ready. He's gonna get to level 7. The amount of the slow and the damage coming out from level 4 Arcane Curse is just too good. So I expect them to smoke up. Puck has ulti up, so they can easily try to fight.
Well, fighting again. Ooh, that arrow just missed Chessie, but again, Tidehunter is not an easy target to kill. I feel like that's a pretty silly thing to say, but it seems like Complexity is insisting on trying to go time and time again, and to be fair, they have a couple of them, but that one wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, global was used.
Oh, you're right, yeah. Wow. That seemed a little unnecessary, but I guess he thought more with action, or maybe there was something happening mid, but...
Nah, he popped it for the bottom, so she doesn't leap and use a Starfall.
Alright, well, just in case. Moo. So he went the early headdress, and now he's working towards an Necronomicon. So he wants to try to get that ASAP. That item's... I don't want to say he's making a comeback, but it does seem like that has been a very routine build for Beastmasters.
Yeah, this is the reason why they don't play mid Beastmaster. I mean, it's the same hero.
Yeah.
Wherever you put him. Like, he does not have any super farm from being mid. He's level 9, but that's pretty much it. I mean, that support puck is level 8. Arrow. Oh. He had a leap ready. He could just leap, and get into the range.
Unfortunately, did not win for the YOLO arrow right there, and just not in time. Moo. I guess he's in the trees. he's kind of just chilling. Earthshaker running on over. You're going to try to zone him out even more. 40R, try to find the angle with the arrow. And we get the Enchant Totem, or an Echo Slam works too. And the Gush applied, and that's a kill. So very patient play right there from SG Esports. They end up getting Beastmaster.
Mid lane, there's a lot of action going on. coL, will he go down? Yeah.
1 for 1, though. Fiend's Grip was activated on Vengeful Spirit the whole time, but again, Bane does fall in return. Costabile's in a bad spot. Actually, swap over, trying to let Chessie finish off the job. Again, the Dark Pact's just out of range, though, and he did not have the pounce. He had used it shortly before that, I believe, defensively. And so Lifestealer manages to escape. That could have been pretty good for Complexity, but ends up just being an eye for an eye again. Support for support. But you throw in the Beastmaster up at the top lane. SG Esports continues to have a successful early game here. So, complexity. What are you looking to do right now? What's the game plan? Is it really just getting that farm on Chessie, securing that somehow?
Yeah, they need to get that Shadow Blade up on Slark. Somehow, he's nowhere near it. He has 70 gold. They should just try to smoke up with Moo and coL. They actually have, they just did it. Just try to get some kills, get the intelligence up on Silencer, get Limp that Mask of Madness, which he needs. Tidehunter has Ravage, so they should be careful. They really can't lock him down.
Well, they're going on him yet again. Round number 5. Leposa fighting them off. Use the Ink Smash already. He was going to use Ravage. He sure is. Moradin is nearby. And he actually got the extra stun on the Vengeful Spirit with the arrow on top of that. I was wondering why he stayed a little bit longer, but that would be why. The Global Silence comes out a little bit later on, but it's not going to matter for coL's life. He ends up going down, so another case of going on the Tidehunter. Not only this time, though, it doesn't work out, but this time it completely backfires. Although they dig him around.
Really late global. After Venge got arrowed, there should be a global follow-up right away.
Did the Ravage happen at the same time, to be fair, but that was, not the ideal fight for complexity, but obviously on the other side of the spectrum, great for SG Esports. You look at the top 3 net worth farmers now, all on their side. And including the Tidehunter, which I think is almost the scariest of all that, because you were talking about the impact of especially like a Guardian Greaves here, and he's well on his way to having a pretty early Guardian Greaves, basically about a pre-20-minute Guardian Greaves.
Yeah, that's going to be a big item. Complexity needs that Shadow Blade, and I mean, they have a Puck as a support, so he needs to work towards that Blink Dagger. I don't think Power Threads was the right choice. If he didn't go for it, he could have had almost the Blink Dagger money right now.
Yeah, it's almost like Z-Freak is still playing like he was that mid, or even an off-lane Puck to extend, really more the mid-Puck, though. You know, again, the full Power Treads, double Talisman. It is interesting seeing the decisions that he's making here as far as that and build. Not to I doubt him by any means, but I think that is a fair point you're bringing up. Earthshaker, though, he'll end up going down right here. That was a bit of a bait of sorts, and complexity ends up all being there to help out the Puck and transition into Roshan now. Pretty good Roshan team, especially with the Vengeful and the Beastmaster. And it's going on quickly, actually. So SG Esports, they do not technically know what's going on.
Yeah, it's level 4 Vengeance Aura plus level 3 Inner Beast. It's going to be really good for Limp. Mask of Madness is finished up on him.
And he's going to be the one picking up the Aegis, of course. Slark, meanwhile, was pushing out the top lane, really trying to continue his recovery. Still a long journey ahead, but of course the Shadow Blade going to be his first item pickup, and I guess, I mean, he is actually third in net worth, the top on his team. I thought the Vengeful was, he was there, but that does show you that Slark has actually recovered a fair amount here.
Well, they just got the mid tower and the Roche, so that's some extra gold for him, where he didn't have to participate. Also, Puck is gonna have that Blink Dagger pretty soon. He can either sell one of the items and just get it, because he does not have enough slots anyway.
Yeah. Desolator almost finished by Lifestealer on the other side. So again, looking at the positives for SG Esports. Desolator Omelet. We really haven't seen the Lifestealer bomb, have we yet? But that kind of goes back to what you're talking about.
Yeah, no vehicle yet. Earthshaker is getting close to his Blink Dagger. That's when SG is going to make a move. Ravage is up, and bottom ult is going to be up, so they can make a good rotation with it.
Moo running in. The Primal Roar comes out. The range in it pretty damn good. Earthshaker pointing in, but you can tell Chessie's like, no, this is a bad idea. Dark Pack coming up in another second. And he'll be fine, and at least one of the TPs was canceled. You see Tidehunter coming in, but
I don't know what they were thinking. They don't have enough burst damage to take down Nikes.
Yeah, I mean, Slark's not going to be that burst, and the Primal Roar was the upfront, so yeah, you're all right. And Complexity picked up on that eventually, but Primal Roar is on cooldown now because of that. Another 50 seconds. They do have the Hellbear Smasher and the R of the attack speed to assist with this tower push.
Yeah, that's a Shadow Blade for Slark now. Oh, there's the bomb. Earthshaker smoked with the Blink Dagger. Level 1 Echo, though. Well, this could be
it's
big.
Still pretty big. They're going to go for Beastmaster. A lot of team supports nearby, but it's not nearly close enough. Apparently, they still have Global Silence, but coL holding on to that, so they lose the Beastmaster. coL, he's probably dead himself, though. He's going to be run down here by the Earthshaker, most likely. There's the Enchant Totem. And just a matter of how long it... Oh, maybe not. He used Global Silence to TP out. Okay, well, he gets out. Is that worth it?
No, I don't think that's worth it. Now they can play aggressively. I mean, Earthshaker ulti is on cooldown, but they still have a Ravage, so tier 1 tower is gonna fall on top for sure. They're not gonna defend that, even though they have... Ooh, arrow almost connects.
Oh, did it? Oh. Missed, though, and that new Shadow Blade you're just mentioning, Chessie. Don't jump the Tidehunter. They're going to jump the Tidehunter. Chessie pops the Dark Pact. There comes the Drain Coil. But again, if you're Complexity, can you really fight this? They do not have Global Signs. They do have Prime Roy, though. And Mirana a little bit too far up. But out comes the Ravage Encounter. And a big Enchant Totem on 2 different heroes. The Fiend's Grip also from the side on a Beastmaster. And they are going to lose the Vengeful on top of that with the Aegis going to be popping him back up. But he's not going to have teammates to fight with. Kyle's on the run now. Just trying to survive against a Lifestealer and the Tidehunter running after him. That's not going to work, though, eventually. Going to find him and run him down and get the kill. Chessie now looking to come back in. But he's going to be nightmared up. Limp after the resurrection of the Aegis. The Gush on it. Chessie, though. Chessie is melting down, and the arrow connects. Double kill for Laposa on Tidehunter. What did I say at the beginning of that fight, Lacoste?
SG really showing up. What did you say?
Don't jump the Tidehunter, man.
Well,
and they did it.
Well, the thing is, they did not have the global silence. That's some greedy-ass play from coL. Just trying to TP out for himself as position 5 silencer, and then trying to defend the tower while SG actually had the vision on them.
I feel like it's one of those also kind of in the moments where you make that play and then right after, Kyle's probably like,
"This was so good, guys."
Yeah. You see that getaway? Wait, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And then, yeah, trying to defend the tower when then you don't have that. Like, it was just one poor decision made after the other, no doubt. But, again, to really, I want to try to also look at the other side of the spectrum. Obviously, great job by SG Esports, knowing to push set objectives. And then it's, hey, if Complexity is going to throw themselves at them like that, trying to pick a fight without all the resources, definitely go for it. And they capitalized big time. I mean, the Manta style finished in full on Mirana. He's working towards a Lincoln Sphere now. This game.
Yeah, this Beastmaster feels so sad at the mid lane. What Necrobook 1 and the Headress now working towards some armor. Solar Crest, I suppose.
Yeah.
At one point, it's gonna be so hard to fight for Complexity now. Global Silence not that good anymore. Guardian Greaves finished on Tidehunter, and Bottom has that Manta style. She's just gonna go for super defensive build on Bottom. Anti-roar with the Lincoln Sphere.
See ya, Kyle. Boom. That's a
Lifestealer global. Nah, just kidding.
Okay, see now, that's all right. We've had our fun with that. Yeah, no, that was there was no chance for him there. Just simply pushing out the lane, and they spotted him with the Invis, the Smoke Ink, I believe that was. Using the Lifestealer bomb, 15 more seconds. Lifestealer or the Infest will be back up. And yeah, you're talking about the somewhat defensive build of Mirana, but she can get away with it this game, no doubt. It feels like, right? Because the Lifestealer's having such a good time already with the Desos. We keep referring to another 1,500 gold, something like an AC, very likely coming out for him. So seems like a good build overall. Slark, that's their sentry, so they don't see him. Lifestealer goes inside their shaker, though. Echo Slam level 2 is ready. They do deny the tower, but again, a Complexity jumping
You can say it once again.
Don't jump the tide. They go in, but at what cost? The Echo Slam in the back lines. Down goes Silencer. The Ravage on top. Limp is going to end up falling. The Vengeance are doing a little bit of work, but not nearly enough. Chessie manages to get away right there with a pounce, but oh, it almost hurts at this point.
Well, fool me once.
Shame on you. Fool me 20 times. Shame on you still. And then fool me the 21st time. Shame on me, I guess. Yeah. It's just... I don't want to... You made a point at the beginning, and yes, I do appreciate Complexity. I am a fan of theirs. I know they're players for a long time. But... So I wanted to make an effort to really look at SG Esports, and yes, they're playing well, but man, Complexity's making some odd choices.
Well, the game is weird from the start. Venge, Puck, offlane, mid, Beast. It's really weird lane setup.
They tried something different.
Overthinking. So now, Tidehunter is just gonna tank up, get the Solar Crest, anti-Slark build. He can't really kill him. So Slark needs to get that Echo Saber, of course, and he's gonna need BKB at one point. Then he needs to build into, let's say, a Silver Edge just to break the Tidehunter, break the Nikes. It's a lot of items that Slark needs.
Yeah, and again, it just continues to be the theme of it. It hasn't been the best form as far as getting that farm, and something like a Hanamitis. I'm usually not a big advocate of Hanamitis on a hero like Slarkus, but would that have been a good choice here? Maybe even instead of the Echo Saber, is Echo Saber just more value?
Not anymore.
At this point, it's just too late. Yeah. Try to really play for the late game, but yeah, no, there's just too much fighting going on, so. Just be way too greedy, it does feel like.
They also have a gem on a Tide Hunter. That's pretty huge. This is what
Really?
Bane is good. Like, you kill a tower, you survive, and then you buy a gem for your team.
That's where he really benefits, yeah. He went to 6 armor over the 100 cast range, by the way, did Bane right there, and so he's a little bit beefier. He's level 11 right now. Speaking of talents, who's up to the 15 marks? You got Puck. Z-Freak, you know, this is your position 4 Puck that's leading levels, so no big deal. Just like Laskin him in Ancient Apparition, he's managing to farm very well and actually managing decent for his team, but I mean, he's getting a Dagon. I guess Puck is something that we should start looking at a little bit more for complexity, that perhaps relying on him to be a bit of impact here.
Well, you gotta rely on someone on this team, huh?
Yeah. That's... This game especially, yes, but yeah, Z-Freak is he is one of those players that, for complexities, talk about consistency just over time, that he's most certainly has that for them.
There's the Buckler on a Silencer. Finished, so coL is good to go for the next 45 minutes.
Yep, casual Buckler. He's got it. Yeah, you were mentioning that from the very beginning. That is a very complexity / coL thing to do. Good value out of that.
Puppy invented that stuff long ago. I think it was for the Doom, because Doom had no armor, so he actually just went for that item as a second item.
Yeah.
I think people
Really?
were questioning it, didn't see the reason behind it.
He doubted
That's
the
why
puppy.
his puppy and your scrubs.
Not everyone's a scrub out there, Lacoste. There's plenty of 9K players.
Most of us.
Okay, fair enough. Or Shaker. Okay, they're pinging him out. Yeah, they definitely know where they spotted him, at least in the area. I guess, okay, that's why, because he just used a Shadow Amulet right there. So, well, they get the Hawk. Last year, jumps out. So, Complexity having that information, they don't even try to defend. They instead push out other lanes. Looks like bottom and even the mid, applying pressure to the tier 2. So, Complexity, it's decent for them what's going on right here, if they can especially get any tower kill, but not going to happen as the bottom Tidehunter comes in. And that should be the end of that, as Puck will probably hang around and maybe do some creep cutting here, but that's kind of the game plan. It seems like Complexity is going to start relying on now more and more, going back to the farm that Puck has managed to have. Creep cutting, doing some split push, just buying more space buying more time, creating more space even for the Slark. And okay, this time it might actually work, although he ravages, TPs are coming in, never mind. Dream coil.
It's so tanky with the
He's
Solar Crest and
ridiculous.
Guardian Greaves. Didn't even use a magic wand.
Yeah.
Well, at least they popped the Ravage, so they're good for the next 2.5 minutes.
That's true, yeah.
So they're
minor
pinging
victory.
at top lane for a shrine. Do they have a smoke? Yeah, coL just move the smoke into the inventory. They're just gonna go and try to find a kill. This is a good opportunity. They need to use it because the Ravage is on cooldown.
They were not seen there, just double checking the vision of SG, so we'll see if they can make a play with this. The Hawk, oh, well, it's going to be eventually killed right there, but they know Earthshaker's in the area. Are they going to try to snipe a Roshan? They sure want to, but illusions are coming over, and they're going to at least see the minions over here, so should kind of be a little suspicious as far as what's going on. Moonlight Shadow's active. There is a sentry nearby. Tidehunter, he's trying to find somebody. coL, is that somebody? He has global, but obviously at this point, I assume he's going to be holding it as he does. So they do get the support in the end, and that smoke gank ends up not working out too well for Complexity. But Puck just living in the bottom lane. He actually is going to get this tier 2 tower, so
Yeah, they
not too bad.
just need to continue doing this. Buy more time for Slark to get the items. Venge to get the items, get that BKB up. They should, SG should try to put some anti-Tinker wards. Top lane, though, is going to go down.
Oh, he got the
Oh,
Shadow Dance.
nope.
I was wondering if he's going to get that off, and he sure did. The pounce and the TP out. Yeah, one more auto attack would have actually killed him there. But
Well, that's, I don't know. probably because of the damage reduction in the previous patch. There's no initial damage on the Echo Slam.
Okay.
It bounces more. The more heroes there are, more damage. So I don't know if he did the math wrong or what happened.
To be fair, that was very close. That was understandable that he went for that attempt right there. So, but yeah, not doing the math 100% correctly, and thus Chessie survives. So, again, Complexity. This is not the sexiest gameplay to watch necessarily, but it's what Complexity does need to do to have an attempt to win this game. Because by all means, Slark is a very threatening mid to late game carry when he does get those items thrown in there. And you talked about the BKB as coming next. So that's going to be the beginning of, okay, now we're a little scarier because obviously he'll be a little more freely to move around in those fights. And then the Silver Edge, I think, is like the big key, especially for this Tide Hunter. Try to deal with him on top of the Lifestealer of the break. But talking about stealing Roach Hunter earlier, Complexity ends up not, and now SG Esports is going to go for themselves.
Complexity knows they're doing it because of the Hawk, but I don't think they can stop it. They're spread around, just trying to split push a bit. SG needs to react to this. Yeah,
I was going to say, I mean, sure, getting Roshan's important, but they're going to do a lot of damage to the Tier 3 tower. Now, they're looking to fight this? I mean, Global Science coming out. They do finally get the Roshan kill. They just pop. There's a Tree coL stop at the TPs, if anything. And the push continues at that bottom lane, by the way. Finally, somebody's TPing in. That will be the Earthshaker. So, Chessie, you're going to have to react to that. And by react, he's going to go for the kill. Earthshaker's in trouble. Earthshaker's going to end up dying right here, most likely. The Enchant Totem maybe will save him. Yes, it will. So he does make it out. But with all those TPs being canceled, Chessie's actually going to do plenty of damage to this tower. And finally, another TP coming in from Mirana to stop that here. But now Z-Freak, what's going on here? He gets nightmared up, actually. Not much life to work with. He's going to die to a Bane. He's able to auto-attack him. That was a interesting decision by Z-Freak. Go back in there.
From 0 to 0 in a couple of seconds. That the Dream coil did so much. I mean,
it
took 1k damage on the Tier 3 tower. Then suddenly decides, guys, I'm carrying you too much in these two games. Gotta throw it a little bit.
Well, Puck is usually a slippery hero, but I guess Bane with the Nightmare is one of those abilities that can't be too slippery against. And now that he can just attack through it, as we saw right there, doing some decent damage, finishing the job. So good catch in the end. But again, Chessie got a lot of damage on the Tier 3 bottom lane. However, now you see the counter push from SG Esports as they make their way middle. Limp pops the BKB. They thought they were going in on him. He ends up putting the swap on a Bane, who nightmares himself, actually, way up here. But the Magic Missile activated onto him, and now Bane dying to the auto attacks of Silencer and the Vengeful Spirit. So they get the Tier 3 tower kill. They don't even care about Bane, basically, at that point. There is some split push going to the top lane as well. That's Beastmaster up there. So we have a bit of a race on our hands coming out. Melee Rax, middle lane. It's going to end up falling most likely. Puck is TPing in. Castabal, he's going to start walking away. Nice stun on the Puck, by the way, with the arrow initially. The Ravage on top of that. Puck still good for now, though. Lifestealer getting low. The Dream coil stops his TP, and they're going to get the Aegis taken away as a result of that as well. Mirana, he's able to TP back to base. But you look at the damage at the top lane, meanwhile. The Rax goes down. Beastmaster ends up falling due to that. But you know what? A trade for Complexity, I think they're fine.
They're fine. They just traded the Tier... They actually traded the Raxes for the Raxes on the mid. I was watching the top lane.
Yeah.
This actually favors Complexity a lot more because they are playing from behind. Nyx also lost the Aegis. Can they kill him? Puck has a gem, can't really hide from the bottom's ulti. One more hit. Oh, never mind.
Even popped the BKB for that. Jeez. Oh, Lifestealer lives. I mean, that stings a little bit if you're Complexity, but yeah, it goes back to, I mean, overall, everything that happened right there, Complexity still not too shabby. And you look at the overall net worth, it's pretty much identical now at this point between these two teams. In fact, slightly goes in favor of Complexity. This has never been really an overwhelming game for SG Esports, to be fair. Only max 3,000 net worth, but back to Complexity. At least very slight once again. And then Vengeful Spirit, we haven't been focusing a lot on him, more on the Slark, the comeback and everything, even Puck. But yeah, he has a BKB and a Hurricane Pike, as well as that Masquerade. So Limp, honestly, is getting to a pretty scary point himself as far as being able to right-click damn hard here.
Yeah, he got some serious deeps coming out from the right clicks. Also, Slark is ready to fight with a BKB, working towards the Basher. Should be fine. Complexity kind of just needs to cool it off a little bit. Just try to get the shrines, maybe with a Beastmaster. What is happening?
Hiccup. Got the hiccups. We're good now. Earthshaker, Lifestealer's inside. Trying to see if anyone's going to be greedy down here at the bottom lane, but not going to be the case. Beastmaster just sends the minions in, and that'll just delay time for SG Esports to wait it out, see what's going on. Mirana, split, or counter pushing, I should say, the top lane, trying to push it out even, as it's being heavily pushed into the base, of course, with the racks being destroyed. And now Complexity smoked up in the middle lane, though. Hunting themselves now, trying to find something. Beastmaster has the Hawk scouting it. You mentioned Lotus Orb. That's picked up by Tidehunter right here. Good item.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool pickup. He does not need a Blink Dagger anymore. There's the Lotus Orb.
Yeah, Moo it in pretty aggressively right there on a Bane. Limp ends up swapping him out, possibly could be the Ravage though, and Lifesteal sitting on top of him, having to run away very defensively right here. The Dream Quill stuns a couple on the back lines. Chessie does pick off the Bane finally to finish the job on him. That's what all started this fight. Puck, nice phase shift, destroying the Enchant Totem right there. coL, though, not going to be the same story. He already uses Global Silence. He eventually will go down himself. So 1-for-1 against support for support in the end between the teams. And Chessie, he's thinking about going back in. I mean, he has another Shadow Blade in 3 seconds. Maybe not. His team support's not here anymore. And Puck is just going to really distract him, though, man. Keeps him chasing.
Yeah, these fights are lasting for so long, and only 2 supports died. Complexity should just try to split push. I don't think they're strong enough to fight yet.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what Chessie is going to do. Well, I guess at the top lane, that's not going to accomplish a lot, but middle lane, Vengeful Spirit pushing it out and going to get some pressure on that Tier 2 tower. You see bottom, though, SG Sports. Moving in. Tidehunter does not have Ravage, remember. Echo Slam, how's that looking? That is ready. Level 3 Echo Slam sitting back there with the Invis, currently the Shadow Blade. See if we can find the opportunity against Complexity. Staying spread out. Global Silence also will still be on cooldown. So Tier 3 goes down. There's a very aggressive swap from Limp on Earthshaker. Prime target, Prime Aurora. And a couple of auto attacks later, they do finally get the job done with the kill right there. Chessie pops his own beaky. The Shadow Dance, of course, and now he's looking to do some good damage, but he's going to be bashed coming out by the Life Shielder right there, and he cannot pounce away in time. 75 seconds he's going to be dead for, unless he does buy back, which he does pretty quickly right there. Waning Rift, as well as that phase shift used by Puck, trying to get out of here. He uses the dig on a finish off Mirana. coL does go down as well, but damage done by Complexity. Laposa's getting low. Does he have a Ravage coming up? No, he does not. Still 45 more seconds. The Lotus Orb is not going to save him, I'm guessing, in the end, or maybe it will, actually. The auto attacks from Puck finish the job, and they get him taken out. Now it's Lifestealer versus the Lotus, seems like. Oh, you're right.
I don't know if he wants to use it.
No, he's not going to. He goes down. He did get the kill on a Beastmaster, but the hold is definitely successful for Complexity right there.
They had to commit for a buyback on Slark, and they still have a gem in the base. I think this fight could have been different. They swapped aggressively the Earthshaker, popped Solar Crest on him, so he didn't die that fast. Guardian Greaves was ready, so he could actually save him and buy some time for Earthshaker to actually cast the ulti.
Unfortunately, not able to do so. Yeah, that could have been big if he's able to get that off and save him and turn everything around, but
also the fight was without a Bane whole time because he was killing creep stop, not successfully, but still. I mean, the man has a Quelling Blade.
Does he really?
Yeah,
he does. You're right.
I mean, it's just for the dewarding.
Yeah. Yeah, not having your ultimate cooldowns. That's kind of the theme of that fight, really. Is the Earthshaker did, but again couldn't get it off, and then Ravage, as we mentioned at the beginning of that fight, was on cooldown and unable to come off before the fight even ended. So you did see the Basher coming into play a little bit there for the Lifestealer, with the AC on top of that. But speaking of Basher, Chessie going for one of his own, and he's also going to try to find Mirana here. Doesn't have a Basher yet. Global Silence activated for this. They really want this kill now, but another leap. Yeah, that was a very desperate play right there. No early stun, though. Made it difficult.
Well, maybe he was relying on a bash, which he does not have.
That Slark does not have, so that had been an awkward decision to be made. And no bash coming out. Hard to do that without the item. So now Global Silence is going to be on cooldown for another 100 seconds, and obviously, if you're SG Esports, and this is actually pretty crucial because 3 more seconds Roshan's up. If he stays here, ooh, he goes out right as Roshan's respawning. But if you're SG and you see Roshan up with no Global Silence, you probably want to fight this. or do it?
Yeah, they
it?
should
No.
try to fight, but they need to be careful about the split push coming out from the bottom.
All right, there we go. They do see it now. But yeah, you're right. Z freaking Moo. Like, all right, if you're going to need Roshan, exactly. We'll split push. Force you to make decisions. We saw what happened last time. That was actually favored complexity a little bit.
I mean, it's a third Roche, so they should contest. I mean, Refresher Shard on a Tidehunter is just too good.
Beastmaster's going to keep pushing. He's insisting on that. He does have a TP if need be. Roshan's not dying the quickest, to be fair, as well. Taking a little bit of time. Echo Slam, jump on a puck in the backlands. The arrow comes out as well. They're definitely killing Z-Freak right here.
He has no buyback.
He does in 80 seconds. He's going to be dead for. But you see they're distracting enough. Look at Beastmaster in the meantime. He does get the tier 3. Titan reports it. Has a Ravage. It's going to anchor smash to try to keep them off. So Roshan will stay alive as the Nightmare locks down coL meanwhile. Doesn't have that global silence either. He does have a 4 staff, though, may come into play here. In fact, Chessie also running in, looking to finish off Bane now, not let him TP out with a magic missile. And yes, he does go down, and they also catch the Earthshaker on top of this. The Enchant Totem is not going to be nearly enough. So he, too, goes down, and that decision by complexity, the split push, and yeah, they lost puck at the beginning, but obviously it works out pretty well for them. However, a buyback on Earthshaker, they do not want to give up this Roshan now, that's for sure.
They need to go in right now.
Ravage, he's running in, exactly on cue, like you said. Limp, trying to do what he can to keep him off. The magic missile was reflected, it looks like, by the Lotus Sword. The Ravage goes off. The end is going to be taken by the poster right there. And somebody got the cheese. I'm not exactly sure who, but Tider goes down. Nyx is the one that picks it up, apparently. And now Vengeful Spirit is trying to make his way out of her. Oh, great 4 staff over the ledge. Manages to survive for now. Pops the Shrine. Earthshaker will finish him off, though, as he hits the Enchant Totem and the auto attack over here. That would be coL. Ends up falling. So they got the cheese. Refresher was picked up by Beastmaster, meanwhile. So I don't know what to make of that Roshan, frankly.
Do they have a buybacks?
Puck does, but he obviously just runs right there. Beastmaster does have a buyback. So
he needs the buyback. I mean, they're going to lose the game. 60 seconds without a Slark and Venge without a buyback.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Venge just bought back, but this game is over.
Bottom racks, I think they want to wait this out, but yeah, as soon as the top rack starts taking some damage, they have to buy back immediately. But Z-Freak, we got stunned as it went in right there by, I believe that was the arrow. And he is not going to be able, or he does get away, actually. Beastmaster is back up with the buyback, of course. They do finish off the Earthshaker, Lifestealer. At about half life, being locked down by the Dream Coil, about 40 yards, like, let's do the objectives. Yeah, you're right, so that's that cheese. As mentioned, Beastmaster has used the Refresher yet? Yes, he has. The double sun right there, 40R, eats the cheese himself, so gets back up to full life and full mana. Moot now going to be run down. The Abyssal Blade locking him down as well as the open wounds. But he gets back to the Founder. He's getting close out leads with a nice 4 staff, and he'll manage to live. So 40R back and forth with the objective and the heroes. Complexity doing a great job of kind of baiting them in, if anything. But it's not enough to at least save the tier 3 tower. However, Tidehunter, this time it is going to be the end of him, it looks like. Just runs in with that Lotus Orb, saying, take forever to kill me, please. And they end up doing it, but it did take forever, it feels like.
Still not over. Beastmaster bought back, used the Refresher Shard, 2 ultis, actually managed to keep them in the place.
Double damage.
Only 2 racks is left.
Yeah, the top lane right there. Obviously, middle and the bottom is still up for SG Esports.
Yeah, with just 2 buybacks, so if they just lose the next fight, it's gonna be over. Look at my man Bane.
Your man Bane? Now,
yeah,
now it's your man Bane? Just playing defense with that Quelling Blade.
Quelling Blade, Earn.
He might be dead.
Jacked.
Oh, he went out a little bit. He did end up warding the area. Not able to jump him. Double damage on Slark, by the way. Running in now. He's trying to put it. Actually, he has enough gold for the Silver Edge, but of course, buyback, which he doesn't have for another minute 20. He did buy the orb. Okay, so he gets the Silver Edge. So he will have that break effect now. They get the buyback on Tidehunter, by the way. And they're going to go for the Shrine bottom instead. But that, as is stressed really from the beginning of this game, I mean, Silver Edge is a pretty key item here for complexity now. Trying to really kill that Tidehunter as quickly as possible, or even the Nyx. Okay, the Lifestealer. Any 25s yet? Yep, Lifestealer. What does he go? 2% feast damage lifesteal. Okay.
That's weird. I mean, usually you go for that if you're playing against like like super tanky heroes, 2 seconds rage duration could make a difference, especially against all those silences.
Yeah, that's right. That's what he's passing up, isn't it? No, I agree with you.
Well,
That's
bottom, once she hits level 25, that's a big talent. The 3 arrows providing vision, if you just stun, it's so hard to dodge actually.
Radiant's top
not your 30-second Moonlight Shadow cooldown.
Grant is a big fan of that.
I mean, 15-second uptime, 15-second downtime. That's not bad. Like that's it's
Slark
not,
has a
not
gem.
bad. Slark does have a gem, so kind of
Even if he
hurts
doesn't,
that idea, I guess.
pretty garbage.
All right, bottom Puck continues to push it out. Well, he's moving fast now.
bottom barracks are under
He's got
attack.
that illusory orb speed and distance here. Top lane complexity wrapping around. Not going to catch anyone though. Good job by SG, all TPing away before they do get caught. But Puck, enough of a distraction here at the bottom clearly to bring SG Esports back. So you see complexity still scanning in the area, hoping to find somebody. Not going to be the case though. I mean, how do you play this game now? Like, well, look at it from complexity's perspective. Like, how do you play this game? Do you try to wait for another Roshan? Is there get level 25s? Is there an item that you think that they're going for here? Or do they just simply try to just break the base or just keep the split push up? A lot of options
I don't
there.
think they can break the base, take a fight. Tidehunter bot back. If they manage somehow to lock down the Tide, just kill him before with the BKBs, that might be the thing. Also, they need the AC on Venge. What is she looking at? Magic missile versus spell immunity.
The
That's
damage
cool. That's
versus
also a
Pierce's,
cool one.
Yeah.
Against the Rage, stun the Nikes. Bottom has a BKB as well. It's gonna be hard to stun her because of the Lincoln Sphere. She has the enough gold to actually buy a full butterfly on bottom.
Player's middle tower is under attack.
It looks like that's what you might be going to do right now. Heading in that direction at least means you wouldn't have a buyback currently, but nope, never mind. Just going to go back to base instead and put on some defense as see the tier 4 tower actually taking a lot of damage there. The top one at least, so getting it down a fair amount. Z-Freak, I guess he's the one being hunted technically. Earthshaker, can they somehow find him? They see the orb, but they're not going to be able to find him in the end. And now Z-Freak going in, but a good reaction. Is he going to go for the Dream Coil? Ooh, that would have been something, but obviously it would have been a guess by Z-Freak. Chooses not to go for it. So they TP out successfully. Look at the top lane, Beastmaster. He's pushing that and has a Vlad's here. Medallion, 1800 gold saved up. So again, just continuing to play the game of keep the lanes pushed in here. Try to avoid team fights at all costs. So Puck, look at this item choice from Z-Freak if he chooses to go for it.
I hope not.
The new Aeon disc. No, you don't like it?
Nope.
It seems like an odd item on a Puck. I will say that. Like, there are some heroes that I can see it maybe, but Puck, it does seem a little odd. But I guess if you're playing YOLO, then hey, it's a good item for that.
Playing YOLO, you can go for Aghanim Scepter. There's a Roar committed.
That's a kill on to Earthshaker at least. The swap. Ooh, the reflect. Good job with the Lotus Orb right there. So unable to chase him down, but Tidehunter's going to chase another. They do actually catch up to him. No break though. Don't want to go out for that. 13 more seconds until that Silver Edge comes back up. So makes it a little bit interesting here as far as complexity, whether they want to go all out for this. They do pounce onto the Bane. At least going to go for the kill on him. Global Science on top of that. The Dagon finishes off the Bane Lifestealer. Going to run after Chessie, but cannot stay up close to him. 40R. After the silence wearing off, jumps in. The BKB's pop. There's those arrows. It does hit his silencer at least. And now he's going to try to finish him off with some more auto attacks. Puck is still nearby. Illusory Orb through. That BKB is still active. Finally wears off. Moves now over here nearby though, but silencer does go down. He does buy back though. Chessie sitting on top of the Tidehunter. Ravage activated. And going to keep them off.
Nice
but
bash plus Abyssal Blade.
gets the kill. But, does he jump in the creepy does of the Satyr. And now what do? You just walk back to
going
base.
back to Fontaine, my friend.
Yep, the slow walk of shame. All right, he pops out. Primal Roar's ready, though. There's no chance. And Lifestealer will end up dying to this. So, fun attempt there from the Lifestealer, but that wasn't going to work.
He took the wrong bus.
Yeah. Went into an area he did not belong.
So, what are we looking at? 25 talents. Yeah. Venge got one. Slark just hit level 25. Just discussing with the team which one is better.
Essence
Like
shift
Shadow
duration.
Dance duration. Yeah.
Like
I don't
Shadow
know.
Dance.
Essence seems good.
That does seem pretty damn good, especially as the later the game goes on for sure, but
Like 2 extra minutes.
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of time. So, it's would not be surprised to see either one of those. Ooh, that's a catch on that silencer here. A little bit of support nearby, but not going to be able to save him. So he's dead for 100 seconds, actually. That's fairly significant. No buyback on a silencer, of
Yeah,
course.
he just bought back.
Roshan's up in 45 seconds here.
Also, Tidehunter discussing with his team what to pick up on level 25, so it's a cooldown reduction.
That
250 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Does Techies have 251?
It's 251, yes,
Yeah,
that's the
it's-
maybe. Yeah, he has to have the
Can't beat
most.
the Techies.
Yeah, that's silly. But yeah, 250 damage. Again, Tidehunter obviously a hero. You're not. I mean, you could potentially build him as the right clicker, I guess, but obviously
You're not right-clicking anyone with
No.
Tidehunter.
That's not his playstyle usually.
What's the cooldown? 112 seconds on Ravage with the talent. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. 3 seconds anchor smash with the 6-second duration.
Good value. Pretty good value right there if I say so myself. You know, an Octarine core eventually would be nice. Even the refresher, I guess, even beforehand. But he's going Shivas instead. He already has the Lotus Sword. I mean, he's a... I can't believe you say it so often, but yeah, look at all that armor. 52 armor that he has currently. That point right there. So Roshan's been out for a little bit now. I don't know if either team has necessarily scouted it, but understandably, that could be quite the objective for either team to take at this point in the game. Of course, the refresher shard is on it. That would be a 4th Roshan kill, I believe. The top lane heavily pushed in once again, so SG Esports has to react to that, and that will be Mirana's job.
I'm waiting for 8.0 version of Dota when Roche is gonna drop 6 items.
They just keep adding one every patch now, yeah. I'm sure they can have some ridiculous ideas that they come, like a free level 5 Dagon, or like an axe that just randomly drops. You can pick it up on any hero. Like, here's some, or just more creative stuff. Oh, Puck, he's gonna drink while the tide on her. But Chessie, might want to think twice about that one. Tries to go in on him, pops Shadow Dance in response though. And he'll be fine, actually. He did go the 122nd Essence Shift duration, by the way. Oh, the arrow does hit Puck. And that was the Aeon Disc proc. I was wondering what that was for a second. So he does end up getting that item in full. Ends up getting away for the time being, though. Earthshaker jumped in, of course, no Echo Shift, or Echo Slam, I should say. Bane, though, locked down by the Primal Roar on the back lines. And Bardino needs some help right now. The minions beating him down. The Necronomicon move, realizing that he's in a bad spot, though, as the team support does come in. Chessie puts the pounce on a Tidehunter. Bane is going to end up surviving. They did lose Beastmaster, but he buys back pretty quickly right here. So does the Earthshaker. Chessie pouncing away himself. The 3 arrows coming out. None of them hitting anybody, but Limp is on the run. He's being chased after by the whole army of SG Esports. Look at those auto attacks from Mirana. Plenty of damage. Maybe needs one more. Couple more, apparently. But it is enough to finish off the Vengeful Spirit. More buybacks happening. They know how important this fight is. Chessie, meanwhile, helping to finish off Bane with the assistance of Z-Freak right there. But now Chessie, he has to get away. Cosmo, great bash on top of that. Gets the finish on Chessie. No buyback for 100 seconds. He's going to be dead for. Cal's going to be ran down. Global Science still 80 more seconds before that's off cooldown. Vengeful Spirit also caught here by SG. Triple kill for 40. Yo, let's make it an ultra kill, he says. And he wants more. He wants the Rampage. He's going to get the Rampage, damn it. And yeah, GG's, I would not be surprised now. I mean, well, look at Beastmaster. He's going all in. Might as well. This is it. Moo's going all in right here. TPs are coming back. He needs to get through another tier 4 tower. A massive army of creeps. So Moo's doing his darnest to make this game still a reality here for Complexity. And to be fair, Mirana almost dies, actually. They got really close to dying right there. In the end, they're pushing the Ancient, though, themselves, doing plenty of damage. I don't think this is a race he's going to win, but damn, it's a great effort by Moo here. As 40R did a good job of getting plenty of life back, though. Tickets a good damage, goes for the Primal Roar, but GG. SG Esports will take game number 2. Hell of a game at the finish there. I did not see that one coming, but big fight into the little bit of a base race, but SG does take it. They split the series here.
Yeah, this Complexity lineup and the laning